behalf of the Commanding General, Brigadier General Williams, welcome to Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, and today's Family Day event. Now, the Philippines just watched out of Liberty Beach, the lifelong significance of the transformation of a civilian into a recruit, and then from a recruit into that of the United States Marine. Shortly, we'll meet the Marines, and we'll be able to discuss firsthand their experiences while at recruit training. These experiences begin with three simple words: we make Marines. Our success will make Marines rest on our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Now, these values have continued to be enforced throughout recruit training and are highlighted in more value discussions. Now, let's talk about how we conduct training here on Parris Island. Now, training is conducted in three distinct phases. The first phase of recruit training is the most important because this is where they get to meet their fellow recruits for the first time, and they have to make the mental and physical adjustments to the recruit training environment. Now, this phase is also most important because this is where they build a training foundation for the follow-on phases. Now, if you received a letter from your new Marine during this phase of training, it probably started with, "Dear Mom and Dad, what have I done? I promise you, if you can get me out of here, I will never complain about anything ever again." Something to that effect. Now, the second phase. During the second phase, the training for the first phase is reinforced, and recruits commence initial testing and begin learning more advanced skills such as partnership. To build confidence in themselves, and the importance of a team concept is better understood. Now, the emphasis during this phase of training is instilling teamwork, basic skills, and core values. During the third phase, the molding of the basic training is completed. The crucible is the final team building event that challenges recruits' mental and physical endurance. This culminates with a 15-kilometer hike and presenting your new Marine with our most cherished possession, the Eagle Room Necklace. Now, they become Marines with the confidence of following graduation requirements. Now, these requirements are important because these skills are part of the core competencies that every Marine must maintain throughout their careers, regardless of occupational specialty. Now, these Marines have made numerous accomplishments in several different areas, but the end result is basic trained Marine who has shot a lot of rounds, hiked many miles, and worked as a team. Now, these are the Marines that you will see today. Your Marines. The Marines that we hold responsible for their transformation are our drill instructors, sergeants and staff non-commissioned officers that come from all over the Marine Corps and bring with them their operational and their leadership expertise. Now, these Marines attended landing drill instructor school right here on Parris Island. And every drill instructor is a subject matter expert in all aspects of recruit training. They also become experts in time management because every minute of the weekly training schedule is accounted for. Now, their normal work week often exceeds 100 hours. Now, these Marines are some of our Corps' best. So I encourage you to meet them, shake their hands, and just thank them for a job well done. Now, let's shift gears and talk about what happens after recruit training. 10 days of War Reserve leave. Now, 10 days is that leave period after completion of recruit training. During this period, they are encouraged to refer those that they feel have the mettle it takes to become a Marine. Now, these incentives outlined on the slide, so I'll give you a second to go over it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the first 24 to 48 hours after leaving Parris Island, your Marines will be vulnerable. In short, they have not stayed up late, driven a vehicle, or consumed any alcohol or tobacco products. I can assure you that if your son or daughter was a smoker or dipper before arriving here, they have just attended the best tobacco station course that the station has to offer. So I ask you that you please help us keep your Marines safe and get them to the follow-on training. Now, after graduation, every Marine attends school of infantry because every Marine's a rifleman. Now, there are two major tracks for school, one for infantry and the other for non-infantry. Now, those Marines that receive an occupational specialty or a job of infantry will attend the infantry training battalion. This is a 9-week school where they will learn very specific infantry skills. All of the Marines non-infantry will attend Marine combat training. This is a 5-week school where they will learn basic rifleman skills before moving on to the school for the actual job they're going to do. Now, both tracks take your Marines to the operating forces, but their job will dictate the length of the school they attend. Now, finally, let's go over the schedule for the next couple of days. On-base activity starts next day right here in the all-weather training facility following this ceremony, and they are due back at 3 p.m. Tomorrow morning, 7:45, there'll be a color ceremony held at the depot headquarters. I'll tell you, this is a pretty patriotic way to start the party, so I highly encourage you to be there. But if you are going to attend, please get there early because the seating is limited. And later on that morning at 9, graduation will take place at the Kingston Parade Deck, directly behind you. In case of inclement weather, graduation will be held right back in here in the all-weather training facility. So as you can see, the mystique of Parris Island all lies on the hard work of our dedicated drone instructors. From here, we'll go on to win battles and send quality citizens back to society. Now, I know y'all pretty excited to bring our new Marines in here, but two last things before we bring them in. One, they worked pretty hard for this ceremony, so I ask you if you can, I know it's pretty hard, if you can, keep all your applause and everything down to a minimum until they all face forward, and then at that point, by all means, give them all your love. And then finally, y'all came here to have a good time, enjoy your time here at Parris Island, but by all means, safe travels back to your final destination. Now, without any further ado, let me introduce you to the Marines of Company C and Company O.
March on the colors! Executive Order 13269 provides that aliens and non-citizen nationals of the United States who have served honorably at any time during a designated period of hostility may apply for expedited naturalization. The Marines standing before you today have completed the naturalization process upon arrival at Marine Corps Depot, Parris, South Carolina.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the commanding officer of the 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Baraska.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. How about a round of applause for your new Marines? We'd like to take a moment here to recognize these 7 men and women standing before you for their extraordinary commitment to this nation by becoming United States citizens. These new Marines are from Mexico, Jamaica, Liberia, Dominica, Ghana, Colombia, Cuba, El Salvador, Bolivia, Peru, the Philippines, French Guiana, Burkina Faso, Haiti, and the Republic of Korea. I would also like to extend a sincere thank you to Ms. Wegrin and her staff at the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service for their efforts in making today possible. Please join me. Now, all of our families trace back to someone who immigrated to this great country. Throughout history, the contributions of immigrants have greatly enhanced our nation. Nowhere are they felt more than in our armed forces. The Marine Corps is proud of their service. They have served with distinction from the raid on New Providence during the Revolutionary War, the wheat fields of France during World War I, the beaches of the Pacific during World War II, the mountains of Korea, jungles of Vietnam, and the deserts of the Middle East. It is right that we pause and celebrate the significance of these Marines' choice to be both United States citizens and members of our Corps. Marines, I welcome you and your families to our Corps and congratulate you on your citizenship to the greatest nation in the history of the world, Semper Fi.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Supervisory Immigration Services Officer, Ms. Caitlin Wegrin.
I would like to thank the United States Marine Corps, the Commanding General of Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, Brigadier General Williams, and the Eastern Recruiting Region for partnering with USCIS to make today's naturalization ceremony possible. On July 4th, 1776, more than 2 centuries ago, the Continental Congress of our country adopted the Declaration of Independence. 11 years later, on September 17, 1787, the Constitution of the United States was adopted. These historic documents have guided our country as it has grown and prospered. And the words within these documents have become a beacon of hope and opportunity to millions around the world. Our founding ideals of freedom and democracy have allowed the United States to achieve great success as a nation of immigrants. Millions of people have come to America in search of opportunity, and by taking the oath of allegiance, have embraced the rights and responsibilities of U.S. citizenship. Of all applications processed and benefits granted each year by the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, the United States citizenship is the greatest honor we grant. For these Marines, today's naturalization ceremony represents their final step in their journey to American citizenship. Their path to citizenship is especially remarkable because they first pledged themselves to support and defend the United States before choosing to become American citizens. Therefore, as we move forward with this ceremony, it is my privilege to present the 17 Marines for naturalization. Each applicant has been investigated and examined as required by the Immigration and Nationality Act, and each has been found qualified for United States citizenship. Upon these Marines taking the oath of allegiance today, they will become United States citizens. To the Marines who will be taking the oath of allegiance today, as we recite the oath of allegiance, please remember the millions of men and women who have served before you and who have defended our freedoms since the birth of our nation. Their service and sacrifices helped make ceremonies like yours today possible. I now ask all the Marines taking the oath to please raise your right hands and repeat after me the oath of allegiance. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, we're now United States citizens.
Ladies and gentlemen, a message from the President of the United States.
It's an honor and a privilege to call you a fellow citizen of the United States of America. This is now officially your country, your home to protect, to defend, and to serve through active and engaged citizenship. Together, we are a nation united not by one culture or ethnicity or ideology, but by the principles of opportunity, equality, and liberty that are enshrined in our founding documents. Today marks a very special day in your life. You've traveled a long path to get here, You've sworn a solemn oath to this country, and now you have all the rights of citizenship. With the privileges of citizenship, though, come great responsibilities. And so I ask that you use your freedoms and your talents to contribute to the good of our nation and the world. Always remember that in America, no dream is impossible. Like the millions of immigrants who have come before you, you have the opportunity to enrich this country through your contributions to civic society, business, culture, and your community. You can help write the next great chapter in our American story. Together, we can keep the beacon that is America burning bright for all the world to see. I am proud to welcome you as a new citizen of this country. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Caitlin Wegman and Lieutenant Colonel Marasco will now present the citizenship certificates. Please hold your applause until all of the awards have been presented. Private Kamagate from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, originally from Ivory Coast. PFC Hernandez from Sanford, Florida, originally from Philippines. Private Chevalon from West Palm Beach, Florida, originally from Haiti. Private Brown from Fort Lee, New Jersey, originally from Jamaica. PFC Cho from Old Tappan, New Jersey, originally from Republic of Korea. Private Castro from Orlando, Florida, originally from Colombia. Private Zagre from Brooklyn, New York, originally from Burkina Faso. Private Palacio Garcia from Bronx, New York, originally from El Salvador. PFC Zulu from Rochester, New York, originally from Liberia. Private Ibarra from Herndon, Virginia, originally from Bolivia. Private Fuentes from Purcellville, Virginia, originally from El Salvador. Private Mendez from West Palm Beach, Florida, originally from Jamaica. Private Richford from Chesterfield, Virginia, originally from French Guiana. Private Hirenchi from Woodbridge, Virginia, originally from Ghana. Private Arancibia from Miami, Florida, originally from Cuba. PFC Diaz from Palm Beach, Florida, originally from Peru. And PFC Scotland from St. Croix, United States Virgin Islands, originally from Dominica. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our nation's newest citizens.
Right, face, forward, march.
The senior drill instructor of platoon 4004 is Staff Sergeant Barrett from Rutherford, North Carolina. She is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Finley from Jonesboro, Georgia, and Sergeant Rosero from Queens, New York. The senior drill instructor of platoon 4005 is Staff Sergeant Aguirre from Bridgeport, Connecticut. She is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Sosa from Santa Ana, California, and Sergeant Acosta from Newport News, Virginia. The senior drill instructor of platoon 1008 is Sergeant Simmons from Brooklyn, New York. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Reeves from Augusta, Georgia, and Sergeant Wellborn from Dayton, Ohio. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1009 is Staff Sergeant Krause from Charleston, South Carolina. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Song from Fairfax, Virginia, and Sergeant Godley from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1010 is Staff Sergeant Miller from Chicago, Illinois. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Royals from Amarillo, Texas, Staff Sergeant McGoldrick from Chico, California, and Sergeant Kazmierski from Mehoopany, Pennsylvania. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1012 is Staff Sergeant Patton from Manukau, Puerto Rico. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Sullivan from Indianapolis, Indiana, Staff Sergeant Ramirez from San Diego, California, and Sergeant Hernandez from Saginaw, Michigan. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1013 is Staff Sergeant Posey from Petersburg, Virginia. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Madison from King Street, South Carolina, and Sergeant Thompson from Temple, Texas. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1014 is Staff Sergeant Hernandez from New Orleans, Louisiana. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Fiorentino from Rehoboth, Massachusetts, Sergeant Calero Perez from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and Sergeant Russell from Helena, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, the drill instructors of Company O and Company C.
Very excited. Happy to see my family. It's been a great experience. Great experience.
I'm very excited, ma'am. It's my girlfriend, and I haven't seen her in 3 months. And I'm waiting for my mom and dad right now.
More. Excited to see the family, play up on the day, see them, and just happy that they're here. And then I finally graduated, and I made it. United States Marine. Hoorah!
I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for ever since I first stepped on the yellow footprints. I'm very excited. I'm so happy to see my family. It was really hard to be without them.
I'm quite excited. I want to get out of here, tomorrow.
Well, you are.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On 28 October 1915, the Department of the Navy officially transferred Marine Corps recruit training to Parris Island. Among the first 750 Marines sent to Parris Island were the depot's first bandmaster, drum major, and a group of musicians from which the Parris Island Marine Band was formed. The musicians also doubled as marksmanship instructors, close combat instructors, and provided support for various units aboard the depot. A field music school was also established to train Marine musicians prior to their assignment to individual bands throughout the fleet. Today, the Parris Island Marine Band is one of the premier military bands in America. It consists of 50 members under the direction of the band officer, Chief Warrant Officer Tugiovi, the bandmaster, Master Sergeant Dogood, the enlisted conductor, Master Sergeant Sullivan, the drum major, Gunnery Sergeant Rarig, and the small ensemble leader, Gunnery Sergeant Knuckles. The band travels throughout the United States, providing music for military ceremonies, community relation events, recruiting programs, and other official events. They also have the ability to perform in several specialty ensembles such as ceremonial band, concert band, jazz ensemble, show band, and brass quintet, to name a few. While required to maintain a high degree of musical performance skills, these band members are above all else Marines, and must remain capable of assuming the task common to all Marines, those of a basic rifleman. The band's heritage dates back to the whistling fifes and rolling drums of the first Marines music back in 1775, and upholds the tradition of excellence in service to Corps and country, which is a proud legacy to all Marines. Ladies and gentlemen, the Parris Island Marine Band. The term Devil Dog is used today as a friendly reference between Marines, but the nickname has a proud history. It was first given to the Marines by German troops who fought against them at the Battle of Belleau Wood during World War I. In 1921, Major General Smedley Butler introduced the first Bulldog as a Marine mascot. Now entering the parade deck is Parris Island's own Devil Dog, Corporal Legend. Corporal Legend is an English Bulldog who enlisted in the Marine Corps on the 1st of October 2011. He reported for recruit training on the 7th of October and graduated on the 4th of November. Corporal Legend's handler is Lance Corporal Phillips of the Headquarters and Service Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, First Sergeant Watts.
Step! Forward!
The staff for today's parade is comprised of drill instructors from the 1st and 4th Recruit Training Battalions. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. The chaplain of the 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant J.G. Hahn, United States Navy, will deliver the invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, spiritual development plays an important part in the making of the United States Marine. With that in mind, this prayer was written for the Marines of companies C and O. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, As we gather together today, we give you thanks for giving us the courage, strength, patience necessary to accomplish the goal of becoming United States Marine. Working through our diversity of cultures and personalities, you have forged us into a team. Thank you, God, for seeing us through the physical, emotional, and spiritual trials of our training. You have also blessed us with loving families and friends who have supported us while we are here. Thank you for bringing them here safely today to share this special moment with us. We ask now, God, that you continue to watch over them and us, our Corps and our country, both now and forever. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Present-day parades in the Marine Corps have their basis in both history and tradition. The mass formation of troops on one long line at close interval made possible the massing of firepower from muzzle-loaded muskets of yesterday. In those early days, the line of battle was just that, a line of 2 or 3 ranks, and looked much like the parade formation that you are about to see today. The adjutant forms the line for battle. The Marine marching across the parade deck is First Sergeant Henning. She is the parade adjutant and will very shortly give the command to begin the ceremony. Her position, when she halts, indicates where the right flank of the formation will rest. Once positioned, she will draw her sword and supervise the placement of the formation. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Company C and Company O. The graduation ceremony that you are about to see is the culmination of the recruit training process and marks the beginning of a challenging future for our new Marines. For the convenience of everyone attending the ceremony, we request that you please remain in your seats until the ceremony is completed. We also ask that you do not pass in front of the reviewing stand or onto the parade deck. Thank you for your cooperation. Marines have served aboard Parris Island since 1891, and more than 1 million Marines have been trained here. They have departed Parris Island for combat in conflicts throughout the world. The misty wheat fields of Bella Wood, the gritty beaches of the Pacific, the snow-capped mountains of Korea, the sweltering jungles of Vietnam, the parched desert sands of Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and every other clime and place where Marines have sacrificed for country and corps. The first called upon, the first to arrive, and the first to fight, the Marine Corps, the nation's force in readiness, has answered the call to numerous hotspots around the globe, showing the world once again that the United States Marine Corps is America's premier 911 force. Marching onto the parade ground is Company C and Company O. They began their training on November 21st, 2015, and today's graduation marks the end of a demanding and difficult 12 weeks of training. These young men and women you see marching before you have met and mastered the challenge of recruit training. They have qualified with the service rifle and received basic warrior training. They have completed over 200 hours of academic instruction and participated in a rigorous physical training program that has developed their strength and stamina for the challenges ahead. Core values has been instilled in each of them, the meaning of honor, courage, and commitment. Marching before you this morning are 502 success stories, each of them a testament to the physical courage, dogged determination, and unyielding commitment to excellence that define the title Marine. This is what they have striven and persevered for, the right to walk across this parade deck as Marines. They have earned this title through demonstrated courage and achievement, and now join the proud ranks of over 1 million Marines who have graduated from Parris Island. From this day on, they will carry on the proud legacy and history of the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marines of Company C and Company O. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove all hats for the playing of our national anthem. The parade adjutant now presents the command to the commander of troops, indicating that the parade is formed.
2008 series, all present or accounted for. 1012 series, all present or accounted for. 1004 series, all present or accounted for. 1005
Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. In keeping with the slogan, once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. We ask that those men and women in the audience who have served in the United States Marine Corps please rise. Please join us in showing our appreciation for their dedicated service to Corps and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of the 4th Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel McCann.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commanding General, Brigadier General Terry Williams, welcome to Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, and the graduation of Companies C and O. And welcome to our parade reviewing official, Mr. James Rodriguez, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Warrior Care Policy. Sir, we are honored by your presence today. This ceremony is about recognizing the Marines in formation before you and what they have accomplished in order to be here today. There are few individuals who are willing to volunteer to serve our nation as members of her armed forces. Even fewer are qualified to be United States Marines. Over the past 3 months, these young men and women have been tested morally, mentally, and physically in subjects such as martial arts, marksmanship, water survival, physical fitness, and academics. Their final test was the Crucible, a defining event requiring teamwork and endurance over 2 days with very little sleep. Throughout this training, they have learned the importance of and embraced our cherished core values of honor, courage, and commitment. Today, they stand ready to join a long line of patriotic men and women who have earned the title United States Marine. But we all know that they did not get here on their own. The development of their character, their values, and their patriotism, that began at home with you. You built this foundation. You are the ones that put them on this long and sometimes difficult road to be here today. The love and support of Allie and friends has enabled them to complete recruit training, and your future support will help them as they continue to serve. They were also assisted by their recruiter. Our recruiters work long hours in heavy towns all across America, just like yours, searching for the best qualified applicants. It was one of these recruiters that recognized the potential in each of these men and women and encouraged them to take on the challenge of becoming a United States Marine. We thank them for this invaluable service. And finally, the drill instructor. These legendary professionals have dedicated themselves to transforming raw recruits into the Marines you see here today. Every day, all day, they teach, they train, they mentor, they set the example, instilling our core values, and forever etching their memory into the minds of each of these recruits. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for our recruiters, our drill instructors, and their families. And now, if you'll excuse me, I would like to address formation. Good morning, Marines. Congratulations on the United States Marine. Today is about you and your families and celebrating your accomplishments. You should be proud of yourselves. This wasn't handed to you. You earned this. But starting tomorrow, it's no longer about you. It's about the man, and it's about the nation we serve. It's about all the Marines that have served before you. It's about the Marines to your left and and the Marine to your right, and all those Marines who have yet to serve. Never let them down. Remember your core values. Live with honor, with courage, and with commitment, and you will do well. Congratulations, Marines. Job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, present our newest Marines, the future of our Corps.
Reviewing today's graduation ceremony is Mr. James D. Rodriguez. He's being escorted by Sergeant Major Diablo, Sergeant Major, Recruit Training Regiment, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina. Mr. Rodriguez is the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. He currently serves as the Principal Advisor on the coordination of recovery, rehabilitation, and reintegration for wounded, ill, and injured service members. He holds positions on several Department of Defense and interagency work groups, including the Department of Defense Council on Homelessness, Department of Defense and Veteran Affairs Wounded Warrior Interagency Care Coordination Committee, the Joint Executive Committee, the Health Executive Committee, and the Benefits Executive Committee. Prior to this, he was the Director for Veteran and Wounded Warrior Programs and Military Recruitment. During this, he was the Corporate Liaison for the White House Joining Forces Initiative. Mr. Rodriguez served 21 years in the United States Marine Corps, and his operational experience includes Operation Desert Shield, Operation Desert Storm, Operation Eastern Exit, and Operation Enduring Freedom. At his final duty assignment, he served as the enlisted advisor to the officer in charge of the Wounded Warrior Battalion, Balboa Naval Hospital, San Diego, California. Mr. Rodriguez's educational experience includes a bachelor's degree in political science from the University of Maryland and a Master's of Arts in International Commerce and Policy from George Mason University.
March past and review. Aye, sir. That's carry. Order! Pack and review!
During the pass and review, we ask that as the national colors pass before you, please rise. After they have passed, please be seated. The commander of troops, First Sergeant Watts. His company commander is Captain LeCue. The Parris Island Marine Band, under the direction of Chief Warrant Officer 2 Giove. The drum major is Gunnery Sergeant Rarig, and the enlisted conductor is Gunnery Sergeant Davis. Gunnery Sergeant Andrews and the graduating Marines of the 1008 series. His series commander is Captain Ward. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1008 is Sergeant Simons. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Reeves and Sergeant Wellborn. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1009 is Staff Sergeant Kraus. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Song and Sergeant Godley. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1010 is Staff Sergeant Miller. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Broyles, Staff Sergeant McGoldrick, and Sergeant Kazmierski. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1012 is Staff Sergeant Padden. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Sullivan, Staff Sergeant Ramirez, and Sergeant Hernandez. Staff Sergeant Curran and the graduating Marines of the 1012 series. His series commander is Captain Brewer. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1013 is Staff Sergeant Posey. He is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Madison and Sergeant Thompson. The honor platoon for Company C is Platoon 1014. The senior drill instructor is Staff Sergeant Hernandez. He is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Fiorentino, Sergeant Calero Perez, and Sergeant Russell. Gunnery Sergeant Sarah Kay and the graduating Marines of the 4004 series. Her series commander is Captain Waldorf. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 4004 is Staff Sergeant Barrick. She is assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Finley and Sergeant Rosero. The honor platoon for Company O is Platoon 4005. The senior drill instructor is Staff Sergeant Aguirre. She is assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Sosa and Sergeant Acosta. Ladies and gentlemen, the company commanders of Company C and Company O, Captain LeCue and Captain Bates. The new Marines carrying the platoon guidons have been selected as the honor graduates for their platoons. They will now retire their guidons.
Personnel to be awarded! Stand clear! March!
The platoon guidons that are about to be retired have been the identification flags of each platoon throughout recruit training. To each, the guidon is a symbol of spirit, dedication, teamwork, and unit identity.
Retire the guidon! Forward! March!
The commanding officer of the 1st Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Marasca, will present the High PFT and Honor Graduate Awards. He is accompanied by the 1st Recruit Training Battalion Sergeant Major Molina. We would like to thank the Marine Corps Association for providing the awards today. Please hold your applause until all of the awards have been presented. The most physically fit Marine of Company C is PFC Marcucci of Platoon 1008. PFC Marcucci scored 600 points out of 600 possible points. The most physically fit Marine of Company O is PFC Hurley of Platoon 4005. PFC Hurley scored 598 points out of 600 possible points. The honor graduate for Platoon 1008 is PFC Godwin. PFC Godwin is from Gray, Georgia, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Shamber. The honor graduate for Platoon 1009 is PFC Bryant. PFC Bryant is from Clayton, North Carolina, and was recruited by Gunnery Sergeant Lash. The honor graduate for Platoon 1010 is PFC Moore. PFC Moore is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and was recruited by Sergeant Martins. The company honor graduate for Company C is PFC Burris of Platoon 1012. PFC Burris is from Hammond, Louisiana, and was recruited by Sergeant Chambers. The honor graduate for Platoon 1013 is PFC Burgos. PFC Burgos is from Marlborough, Massachusetts, and was recruited by Staff Sergeant Guzman. The honor graduate for Platoon 1014 is PFC Chocanta. PFC Chocanta is from North Bergen, New Jersey, and was recruited by Sergeant Murillo. The honor graduate for Platoon 4004 is PFC Echeverria. PFC Echeverria is from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and was recruited by Sergeant Matz. The company honor graduate for Company O is PFC Camp of Platoon 4005. PFC Camp is from Sacramento, California, and was recruited by Gunnery Sergeant Whalen. Marching onto the parade ground are the combat marksmanship instructors of Platoon 1008 and Platoon 4004. The high shooter of Company C with a score of 330 out of 350 possible points is Private Mail. The high shooter of Company O with a score of 325 out of 350 possible points is Private Peterson. Presenting the awards today are the combat marksmanship instructors who are responsible for instilling the knowledge and the proficiency of the company high shooters. They are Sergeant McMurray and Sergeant Croft.
March!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Aweigh, which represents the historic partnership and shared legacy of the United States Navy and the Marine Corps, followed by the Marines Hymn and the final dismissal. Ladies and gentlemen, the First Sergeants of Company C and Company O, First Sergeant Watts and First Sergeant Henning.
Good morning, sir. Company First Sergeant reporting to order. Good morning, First Sergeant. Dismiss the company. Aye, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Company First Sergeant, report is ordered. Good morning, First Sergeant. Dismiss the company. Aye, ma'am. Post!
Senior drill instructors, dismiss your platoon!
Senior drill instructors, dismiss your platoon!
These senior drill instructors will now dismiss their platoons. This is the last and probably the most welcome order the new Marines receive from their senior drill instructors.